Hi there, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Go down below, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave me some comments on this video once I've finished talking about it. So, how you doing? Hope everyone's okay. Today's video is going back to the battle for Baldur's Gate, one of the commanders from there that I've been thinking about for a while and then forgot about, I'll be honest about it. And then I remembered this morning when I was starting to record, so I've built the deck and I've got on with it. It's one of the partner pairs, so it's a commander with background and the background to go with it, and it's mono. It's a mono-coloured partner pairing, and it's one of the you've probably seen this type of deck many times before, but this one's a slightly different take on it, I hope, and I hope you enjoy this deck tech. Let me know how you think I'm doing on these deck techs, by the way. I'm trying to change my style a little bit, be a bit more enthusiastic. Instead of going through every single card, I'm just going to highlight them as I go through and just talk about the ones I'm more interested in. The rest of them you should know. They're fairly common cards and they're things that people should see. So, what's today's deck? Well, it is Ellyn Harbreeze, Busybody, 3 and a white for a 2/4 human peasant. And it's got abilities. It says tap. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of tokens you control you created this turn. Put one of those cards into your hand and the rest on your bottom of your library in a random order. And it's got the background. Now, if this is all about tokens, I'm guessing you can guess what the background is. But if you can't, it is Inspiring Leader, white and 2 for a legendary enchantment background, and commander creatures you own have creature tokens you control get +2/+2. Yeah, okay then. It's a mono-white token deck. It's what I'm going for with this one because it seemed like the most sensible thing to do with this. So, here's the deck itself. Just going to skip through the lands quickly. It's all lots of planes, as you can imagine. Then a few other things I'll point out. One of the things I will say is this deck in real life is a little bit expensive at the moment if you're playing it with thinking about playing it in paper. If you're not playing it in paper, it's not too bad on MTGO. So, load of planes, load of other lands. I have got Nykthos in here because we are playing mono, and I think this is where Nykthos really shines, is in a mono deck. I nearly said shrine then, when it's, it is a shrine, but it shines in this one. And a few other little bits and pieces. So I've got Emeria Sky Rune, because hopefully we'll get 7 planes in play and start to trigger this quite regularly. And I have pointed out, just because I'm playing a mono deck, which the creatures aren't too expensive, I've gone with 35 lands, which may be a little bit low, but I think it's worth the risk. So as for the other ramp I've got in the deck, I wanted to try and keep it fairly straightforward and fairly simple. So I've got Mox Tantalite, I've got Mana Vault, again the expensive card in real life. Hello, there you go, Mana Vault instead of Soul Ring. You all know what Soul Ring is. Mox Mana Vault's here. It's expensive in real life, not too bad on MTGO, so it's worth having in this deck from my point of view. And Arcane Signet. The other big bit of ramp is Jeweled Lotus. Really quite pricey at the moment, I understand, in real life, but on MTGO this promo full art version is cheaper than the normal version, so it's worth picking one up at the moment if you can afford, if you've got enough tickets kicking around and you want to go and get one off one of the traders. So obviously we're trying to produce tokens with this deck, but we also want to gain some life as we go along with it. So here's how we're going to do that. So Authority of Consuls Cleric class to help us gain the life. A Legion's Landing gives us a vampire token. Obviously tokens are important in this deck, and this produces, eventually produces 1/1 vampires with lifelink, which is nice. Luniarchus Veteran, Souls Ward and Souls Attendant, just to gain some more life as we play all these tokens out. We've also got Paladin class in here, so we can pump our creatures up a little bit once we get up to level 2, which you want to do as soon as possible. Level 3 is not one of the ones you want to hold off doing. As soon as you can do it and you haven't got anything else to do, get it to level 3, because it does make your attacking creatures a lot better. Speaker of the Heavens is also here, so we can get that Angels on go, which is quite nice. We should be able to get 7 life or more quite easily with this deck, so we should be over 47 most of the time to activate this to get the Angels, so bear that in mind. With that in mind, Elixir of Immortality is here because a lot of the things we're going to be doing are probably going to get killed off quite easily. We want to get them back into our libraries if we can, and this is the easiest way of doing it. We've got more life gain with Anointed Priest and Impassioned Orator. I've chucked in Intangible Virtue to make sure that the creature tokens we're getting get a little bit of +1/+1 loveliness and some vigilance. Raise the Alarm, Servo Exhibition are in here as well, just to give us some more creatures. Sutra Priest also does the life gain, and also it trains our opponents when their creatures leave the battlefield, so that's quite cool. Daxos is here as well to do the whole let's gain life. So, you know, we'll be getting there. We should be able to trigger Speaker of the Heavens quite happily. Halo Phantoms in. We will have tap creatures. We will be able to untap them and make tokens. And hopefully, you never know, at some stage I will actually win this game when I've got 15 tap creatures that I control. I can untap them all and win the game. So that'd be really good. I've chucked in Heliod for this one because we are going to be gaining life, so we might as well chuck around the +1/+1 counters while we're at it. Lauren of the Third Path's in, just so I've got a little bit of enchantment and artifact removal if we've got anything that's problematic. Likewise, it's quite nice when we get it going, we can do the whole you and target opponent each draw a card. Oath of Gideon's in because, yeah, produces tokens, and so the few planeswalkers we have got in the deck do come in with an additional loyalty counter. Path of Bravery for life gain and creature pump. Prava of the Steel Legion is from the original Commander Legends set. It's really nice in this deck because it means on our turn our tokens are really quite difficult to kill off because they're basically +1/+4. So even if you've got a really basic soldier that's a 1/1, on our turn it'd be a 2/5, which makes life complicated to kill them. But, you know, we'll see how it goes. Rally the Throne, just for small human tokens, and if we spend 3 white mana, which we will do with this, and we gain a life for each creature we control. This, with Heliod on the battlefield, makes our creatures get very big very quickly, which is lovely. Brimaz, so we get small tokens from this. Also a nice legendary, 3/4 legendary creature. That's pretty cool. Glorious Anthem to pump them all up. Altar of the Pantheon's in as a little bit of ramp, which I didn't mention, but it's mainly here because we want the devotion to go up. Heliod needs devotion, Nykthos needs devotion, so this seems like an easy way to do it. The other 2 cards here, the other thing that works with, Nyx Lotus is in this deck as well, so yeah, helps our devotion with that as well. So at least the Nyx Lotus will always tap for 1 at a minimum if nothing else is in play, with this in play. I've also chucked in Ashnod's Altar and Phyrexian Altar. Yes, we have to sacrifice creatures to get the mana, but they give us colourless or they give us coloured, and that can help with the amount of tokens we're producing and some of the things we've got coming up further down the mana value line. It's quite an easy include in here, and they're reasonably cheap at the moment, so I'm happy with that. Anointed Processions here because, you know, more tokens is better. I've chucked in Mariel, Shield of Argive, because we will be attacking, and, you know, getting some soldier tokens would be quite cool as well, I thought. So, yeah, why not? Smothering Tithe, it's a white deck. A white deck. So, yeah, treasures help. Static Nexin as well, so we can get the Power Stone, which will help occasionally with some of the other abilities we need to activate. But it's also here to give us a little bit of control. If there's something that's really upsetting us, it gives us a way of removing it. Teleportation Circle is in, so we can exile things and bring them back. The main target for this will be Sun Titan. But, you know, there may be other things we want to get flicker in and out if we need to. It doesn't work with Myojin, I just realised that, so we might take this out, actually. Let's take this out while we're here. It's not that big of a thing. And what we will actually do is put in the thing I probably should have in here anyway. Oh, hold on. I need to find it. We need Swiftfoot boots in here. Swiftfoot. There we go. There we go. We're putting it Swiftfoot boots in just so we've got some protection for Ellyn. While I'm thinking about it, because that's bad. Right, Day of Judgment's in. Wrath of God's in to control the board. Leyline of the Meek, I'm hoping we have in our opening hand, so all our creature tokens get +1/+1 from the moment we start making them. Hero of Bladehold as well, attacks. We get to make white soldier tokens. Anointed Procession makes more of them like it does with Mariel, so that's pretty cool. And Solemn Sims in just for a little bit of ramp and card draw. Going over to the 5 drops, Rabble Rousing is a nice little hideaway land, and when we attack we get more token creatures, which obviously with this deck is what we're aiming to do. Reverend Hoplite is just fun. Comes into play and gives our devotion, gives us 1/1 soldier tokens that are equal to our devotion to white, which hopefully will be quite high. Angel Invention to pump everything up, and a little bit of lifelink. Whether we bring the servos in or we bring it in as a 4/3 flyer with vigilance and lifelink is up for debate. It depends how well we're doing at the moment. Cathar's Crusade is fantastic. The amount of tokens we're making, the +1/+1 counters it chucks around, are going to be really, really good for us. Likewise, Deviler of Faith's in as well. Yes, it's 5 mana to cast for a 5/5. And yes, it does cost you life, but we've got enough ways to gain life to make it work. But every time we cast a white permanent spell, we get a 1/1 white soldier token. More tokens. If we've got Anointed Procession in play, it's 2 soldier tokens, so on and so forth. So it works from that point of view. But, you know, we're not always going to have 1/1s, because hopefully we'll get Divine Visitation out and all those tokens will become angels, which will be a lot more better for it. A lot more better? Terrible English. A lot better for us. God Eternal Orchestra. Again, casting creature spells, we get 4/4 black zombie warrior tokens, but you know, with Divine Visitation in play, they become white angels, which are better. But it's also a nice way if it gets killed off or exiled, it still goes back in our library, and we still get to produce those tokens, so it keeps coming back, which I'm really happy about. I've chucked Increasing Devotion in just so we can get 5 mana for 5 1/1s, and if we flash it back for 9 mana, we get 10 1/1s. Can't really go wrong with it. Scar the Desert's a new one on me. I didn't know this existed until I started looking up token strategies on the traders here, and I thought this would be quite fun. Exile a target creature card from your graveyard and get a whole load of bird tokens from it. Now, I don't really want to exile my stuff, but if I have to win the game or keep myself alive, I will do. Because we've got some things in here with fairly big toughnesses, and if we have to exile them to get all those birds equal to their toughness, fine by me. Platoon Dispensers also come in from the Brothers' War. It gives away drawing cards if we control 2 or more other creatures, and makes 4 mana, gives us another soldier token. With Nykthos Shrine to Nyx in and the Nyx Lotus in, this should be quite easy to be producing tokens all the way through. It just doesn't help our devotion because it's artifact and it's colourless. Elspeth's in to destroy all the big stuff that's going to annoy us and then create some tokens. Evangel of Heliod's in as well, so we get more soldier tokens. It's a slightly more expensive version of the Hoplite, but I think it's worth having both in the deck. Song of World Soul is also in. Create a token that's a copy of creature token when you control. And whenever if we get this in play and we start casting spells, we can populate our tokens up really rapidly to a point where we get a critical mass on the board, I'm hoping. Sun Titan I've mentioned just to return things. One thing I will point out, if you cast Sun Titan and you've already sacked your Jeweled Lotus to bring out Ellyn, you can get Jeweled Lotus back, and I would recommend doing that just in case Ellyn gets killed off. Ancient Gold Dragons in because, hit someone. 7/10 is quite good anyway for 7 mana. I'm happy with that. And if you can hit someone with it, those blue fairy dragon tokens may really help. And don't forget, if you've got Divine Visitation in play, hit with this in the air against an opponent, you're going to get angels. So you could end up with 24/4 angels if you're lucky enough with your dice roll and the 2 cards are in play. Last 3 cards. Legion Loyalty. I'm still trying to get the Myriad to work. I will do at some stage, I'm sure of it. So, let's hope we get it off with this deck. It should be easy in a mono white deck, I would hope. And I've put Margin of Blooming Dawn in. Now, this is quite nice. It comes in with Indestructible. And it also has a nice little trick where you can remove an indestructible counter from it and create a 1/1 colourless spirit creature token for each permanent you control. Each permanent. Includes lands. Includes everything we've got in this deck that's a permanent, which is just absolutely mind-blowing to me, because you don't have to do this at sorcery speed. You can do it at a speed that suits you. So that's why we're going to do it, hopefully. And then finally, Grand Crescendo. Well, I've put this in over the top of Teferi's Protection because a little bit of this still instant speed is a little bit cheaper, so it makes all our creatures indestructible, which is nice. It saves us from Wrath of God and so on and so forth. But if we've got some more mana lying around, if we do it, we're going to get all those nice green white citizen creature tokens and make them indestructible as well. So it's got a real upside to it. It's just a nice card from my point of view. So there we go. That is my take on Ellyn, Harbreeze, Busybody. If you think I've missed anything, let me know down below in the comments. There's also a link down there to my Twitch stream. Come and give me a follow over there. You'll see me playing on a Tuesday, Thursday and a Sunday. I know it's coming as I'm recording this video. We're getting near to Christmas, so there will be a break over the Christmas period. But, there'll still be some YouTube videos coming up, so keep your eyes open for them. I'm hoping to get one out every day during Christmas when I'm off on holiday. So, that's it for now. Thanks for having a look at the video. Like I say, subscribe, like, leave me a comment, give me something to read so I can respond to it. Let me know what I've missed. Let me know what you think should be in the deck. And I may change it and do an updated deck list, and I'll always change the title on the YouTube video if I have done. So thanks for watching this. Take care, and I will hopefully see you soon on my stream. I'm out of here. Bye.